everyone. Welcome back once again to my YouTube channel Educational Support. Welcome back in your biology class, Anatomy and Physiology of Digestive System Part 4. I am Nausin Araban. Last day I was discussed about major organs of digestive system. But today I like to talk about accessory organs that are liver, gallbladder and pancreas. So friends, please like, share, subscribe and press bell icon to get next video. Now I would like to look at our topic. So let's get started. You know, human digestive system consists of two major parts: gastrointestinal tract and other accessory organs. So, the alimentary canal begins at mouth, passes through the thorax, abdomen and pelvis and then ends with the anus. It is a long tube through which food passes and it has various parts that are structurally remarkably similar. The parts include mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. The accessory organs of digestion and their secretions pass through ducts to enter the tract. They consist of teeth, tongue, 3 pairs of salivary glands, liver, gallbladder and pancreas. So the organs and glands are linked physiologically as well as anatomically. Now I would like to look at our next topic, that is the overview of liver. So the lobule of liver or hepatic lobules are small divisions of the liver defined at the histological scale. The hepatic lobule is a building block of the liver tissue consisting of a portal vein, portal tiered hepatocytes arranged in linear curves between a capillary network and a central vein. So this picture represents that the portal tiered central veins and hepatocyte cells. Next is hepatocytes. So the liver cells comprising these lobules called hepatocytes. A hepatocyte is a cell of the main parenchymal tissue of the liver. The cells are involved in protein synthesis, storage and initiation of formation and secretion of bile. Hepatocytes form hepatic plates that radiance outward from a central vein running in the longitudinal axis of the lobule. So sinusoids form the space in between hepatic plates, and bile canaliculi collects the bile produced by hepatocytes and drain into the bile duct. This is a picture of sinusoids and bile canaliculi. Next is portal tiered. So what is portal tiered? Portal tiered is a distinctive arrangement within lobules. It consists of the following 5 structures, that are hepatic artery, hepatic portal vein, bile duct, lymphatic vessels and branch of the vagus nerve. So what are the functions of these structures? Hepatic artery branch that supplies oxygen which is rich in arterial blood to the liver, and hepatic portal vein that carry blood rich in nutrients but low in oxygen, and this is the bile duct. This picture represents a portal tiered. Next, I would like to talk about functions of the liver. So, number 1 is secretion of bile. So, what is bile? Bile is a mixture secreted by the liver to accomplish the emulsification of lipids in the small intestine. The hepatocytes synthesize the constituents of bile from the mixed arterial and venous blood in the sinusoids. And these sinusoids includes bile salts, bile pigments, cholesterols, triglycerides, phospholipids, and a variety of electrolytes. Next is plasma protein synthesis. So the synthesis of plasma protein and most of the blood clotting factors from the available amino acids occur in the liver. Number 3 is erythrocytes breakdown. So erythrocytes break down and defense against microbes, and this is carried out by phagocytic Kupffer cells in the sinusoids. And the functions of Kupffer cells are to ingest and destroy any foreign particles which is present in the blood flowing through the liver. Next is carbohydrate metabolism. So conversion of glucose to glycogen in the presence of insulin and converting liver glycogen back to glucose in the presence of glucagon. This change is important because it regulates the blood glucose level. Fat metabolism. Denaturation of fat, that is converts towards fat to a form in which it can be used by the tissues to provide energy. Protein metabolism. Deamination of protein amino acids removes the nitrogenous portion from the amino acids not required for the formation of new protein. And urea is also formed from these nitrogenous portions which is excreted in the urine. Drugs detoxifications. So detoxifications of drugs and noxious substances includes ethanol, that is alcohol, and toxins which are produced by microbes. Next is hormones inactivations. Inactivations of hormones like insulin, glucagon, cortisol, aldosterone, etc. Vitamin A synthesis. So synthesis of vitamin A form a keratin. So what is keratin? Keratin is the provitamin found in the same plants, for example carrots and green leaves of vegetables. Next is the gallbladder. So gallbladder is a storage sac and the bile is secreted into it, and then bile is stored here. So how gallbladder works? Gallbladder stores bile in between meals. It secretes bile to the duodenum through the bile duct during mealtime. Bile contains bile salts, pigments, cholesterols, and phospholipids. These salts are secreted into the small intestine to digest fats. Bile is an emulsifier, not an enzyme. So what is the function of emulsifier? Emulsifier dissolves fat into the watery contents of the intestine. So the bile emulsifies fats in partly digested food and thereby assisting their absorption. Next is pancreas. So what is pancreas? Pancreas is a pale grey gland and about 60 grams, 12 to 15 centimeter long, and it is situated in epigastric and left hypochondriac regions of abdominal cavity. And it consists of a broad head, a body, and a narrow tail portion. So this is a figure of pancreas. So what is the role of pancreas? The pancreas produces over 1 liter of pancreatic juice in every day. This juice contains amylase and insulin to break down carbohydrates, fats and proteins. It secretes bicarbonate ions. So what is the function of bicarbonate ions? So sodium bicarbonate ions is responsible for the slight alkalinity of pancreatic juice, pH 7.1 to 8.2, approximately 8, which serves to buffer the acidic gastric juices in chyme and then create an optimal temperature or environment in small intestine. That's the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it thoroughly. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. Please like, comment, subscribe and press bell icon to get next videos. See you in the next video.